All right, so recently I was contacted by somebody who told me they were a beginner in Photoshop, and they went on to say that they were experiencing some odd behavior. So much so that it got to the point they started to think that the issue wasn't with Photoshop, but potentially their kit, their hardware. Now, thankfully, it wasn't. It was just a simple setting in Photoshop that needed to be changed. So in this video, I'm going to show you 3 potential behaviors that, if you're new to Photoshop, can be really confusing. And I want to show you how to fix them. All right, so the first behavior that I want to talk to you about is something called flick panning. So you can see here, I've got this image open in Photoshop. Over in the toolbar, I've got the Move tool selected. And what I can now do is I can hold down the space bar temporarily on my keyboard to activate the hand tool. I can press down and then move my image under control like this. But what I can also do if a certain setting is turned on is press down and flick. And you can see here, look, the image can move around all over the place, almost to the point that it disappears off the canvas area. Now, there could be use cases that you want to work quickly like this, but I prefer to have things under much more control. So if you don't want to have this flick panning option and you want more control, there's only one thing that you need to change. So this is what you need to do. Just go to the Photoshop menu, go to Settings, and in here you've got the option called Tools. And then you'll notice this option here called Enable Flick Panning. Now that you can see here is turned on. There's a little tick in that checkbox. I'll press down to untick it, and then I'll click on OK. So now look, again, we're back in the workspace here. We've got the image. I've got my Move tool selected, and I'll press down on my spacebar on my keyboard to activate the hand tool. And now look, I can move the image around as you'd expect, but if I press down and then flick, you can see it moves, but only a small amount, much more controlled, like so. So if you prefer to have it like that, where there's much more control and you don't start to lose the image going off the canvas area, then all you need to do is just go to your settings and turn off that flick panning. So again, look, Photoshop, Settings, Tools, and just make sure Enable Flick Panning is turned off. Now, the next behavior I want to talk about is involved this one here called overscroll, which if you have that turned on and Enable Flick Panning can really throw you, especially if you're new to Photoshop. But let me just show you what overscroll is. So I'll leave it turned on at the moment. I'll click OK. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to the toolbar where we've got the hand tool option here. I'm just going to double click on it to make the image that I've got open go to full size so that it fits perfectly in the canvas. It doesn't extend out of it. So now this is the full image that I can see here, not extending beyond any kind of area, top, bottom, left or right. Now, when it's at full size like this, you'll notice, look, on the right-hand side here, there's a scroll bar and there's also one at the bottom. And this means that what I could do is I can hold down the space bar to get the Move tool, so I get the hand tool, and I can move it around. But even though the image is full size, I can drag it almost to make it disappear off the canvas, which to me kind of just doesn't make sense. I don't really want to do that. The only time I'd want to be able to move the images around is if I've zoomed in so close, then move around. But when it's full size, for my own workflow, I don't really see the point. So what I'll tend to do is this. Photoshop menu, go to Settings and Tools. And then where we have the overscroll, I'll just turn that off by pressing down on the checkbox to remove the tick and then click OK. So look, now that I've done that, this image here is full size. And you'll notice then, look, that the scroll bars have gone. So if I've got the Move tool, I can press down the space bar to activate the hand tool and I click and drag. It's not going to move. It's already full size. I can't move it anymore. But the only time it will move is if I zoom in, then I can move around. And that to me just makes sense. That's the normal kind of behavior I would expect to happen. And also you'll see, look, now that I've zoomed in, those scroll bars have understandably reappeared. So I can either use the hand tool, click and press down, or I can use the scroll bars to move up and down or left and right, whatever you prefer. So that's just me. That's how I prefer it. But you can see how with both of those settings on, the overscroll and the flick panning, how it can almost feel like everything's just running away and you've got no control of the image that you've got open. All right, so now let's just double click on the hand tool to take the image back to full size. because there's just one more behavior. The final little thing I want to mention about involves zooming in on your image. So this is not going to be relevant for you if you use maybe like a tablet device or a trackpad to zoom in and out. If you're somebody who uses the zoom tool directly within Photoshop, then this behavior could potentially be affecting you. So let me show you what I mean. So over in the toolbar then, I can come over here and grab the magnifying glass here, the zoom tool, and I'm going to click on it, or I could just press Z on the keyboard to use the keyboard shortcut. So let's just say, now that I've got the zoom tool selected, I want to zoom in on these people over here, this little silhouette of these people. So when I press down, like so, look what happens. I press down, boom, they move. They're no longer underneath my cursor. They've shifted to the middle of the screen, so then I have to put my cursor over them again, and then if I want to zoom in, now I can keep pressing down to bring them closer. Now, if I want to zoom out, I can just hold down the Option key on Mac or Alt key on Windows and keep pressing to bring them back like so. Let's just try it on these chimneys over here. Look, if I want to make this chimney come closer to work on that one, I've got my zoom tool. I'll click on the chimney, but again, look, when I press on it, see how it moves across? Now, what's actually happening here, wherever I press down initially, that particular point on the image is moving to the dead center, right into the middle of the canvas. And then I have to move my cursor and then click to zoom in. Now, to me, this kind of isn't a behavior that I want. It doesn't make sense. Wherever I click down is where I want to zoom in. So if I click once, it zooms in. I press down again, it keeps coming closer and closer and closer. That to me seems like normal, logical sense. But you might be somebody who likes to work differently, but not me. So if you want to work like me, that where you click down is where it comes closer, then there's just one setting you need to change. So let me just double click on the hand tool again to make it go to full size, but let me now just show you that setting. So again, I'm going to go to the Photoshop menu, choose settings and then tools. And then over on the right hand side here, there's this option, zoom clicked point to center. And I'm going to tick or press down rather in that little checkbox to turn it off. So it says zoom click point to center. And that's exactly what it does. Wherever you first click, it zooms across to the center and then you can bring it forward. I don't want that. So now that I've turned it off, this is how it behaves. Let me just click OK. I'll select the zoom tool and I'm going to press down to say, look, I want to zoom in on these people. So when I press down, they come closer. Press down, they come closer again. And that's kind of how I would want it to behave. It just seems like a normal thing for me. Again, look, if I go to the chimney, if I come over to the chimney just here, it doesn't, when I click down, it doesn't put it right into the middle. It just keeps coming closer and closer and closer. So a real simple one to fix, but if you don't know about it, you're thinking, what on earth is going on here? But there you go. Quick video, 3 things that, especially if you're a beginner, can be a little bit confusing and start making you maybe question that it's not the software that's a problem, it's your hardware. Thankfully, it is just a simple case of either ticking or not ticking a certain checkbox and everything's fixed. It doesn't mean buying any new kit. So, quick video, I'll catch you in the next one. Now, just to let you know that coming up on February 23rd through 27th is the Foundations Photoshop Virtual Summit. 5 days, 45 classes with 16 Photoshop experts teaching you everything you need to know about Photoshop from the ground up. So whether you're a beginner or you want to go back to basics to really understand Photoshop, you can grab a free pass using this link, which is also in the description.